Due to the dynamic nature of tabletop RPGs, the topics that may be discussed or played in these games are not suitable for all audiences. The level of content maturity is considered 16 plus, and your discretion is advised. Boy, last session, huh?
Yeah.
That was the session. Number 4. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say it sure was.
Yeah. That was one of the sessions of all time.
You said it before I could. I'm so mad.
Recap?
Alright. Shall we get to remembering what happened?
Yes.
Alright. Our party remains separated in 2 groups. On one side, Adrian and Parm looking to reunite with the other half. Adrian looks into what his new mission might be, although he only has a little bit of time left with the company. It is still kind of weird that they're giving him a new mission to begin with. Regardless, he looks over the details and documents, and afterwards loans out a company car, takes Parm along, going to a cemetery and taking in a moment of reverence. I think it is fair to say that Parm respects the moment while having a little bit of introspection here, as Adrian gives out a coded message using certain and specific flowers that were laid upon the grave in the cemetery. All the meanwhile, Quincy, Dorian, and Fidget find themselves in the dead center of Urbana. With a crowd gathering, they're unable to dodge the eyes and cameras all around. Soon, their presence gains enough notoriety to attract the wrong kind of attention. The Yakuza catch on and begin to block off the streets, so the party are by themselves and out in the open. They send a car to crash in, while the driver coming out takes a swing at Fidget with a knife after crashing that car into a building close by. In that same commotion, other cars begin to come up from the blockade, and gang members begin to file out, with Mallory in tow, one of the Yakuza members the party had encountered during their time in prison. But a chance encounter with a semi-truck blaring onto the scene and crashing through all of those cars and into the middle of this gang. The driver quickly motions for everybody to get in, and even while stumbling for that half a second, all of you manage to get in unscathed, surprisingly, except for that car crash, of course. The 3 of you are driven to a warehouse run by a Yakuza member named Shuhei, running a plant shop. While he recognizes Dorian, seems to have some other intentions for protecting the group for now. The truck driver named Grizz bridle carries Fidget off into one of the hidden rooms in the back of the shop, and the 3 of you decide to take up bunks in the refugee rooms, waiting for Fidget to awaken. So, we have a split party at the moment. Parm and Adrian, as well as Dorian, Quincy, and Fidget. Fidget, you are still unconscious right now, so you don't have a moment here. But the other 4 of you, I want to ask just real quick, do you guys have something that you want to accomplish just as you're like setting down? Adrian and Parm, you guys said you were going from the street towards a garage? If I'm remembering right? Is that right?
I think we were following like the burnout marks of the semi, sort of like trying to track down. Right, because what we were told was that, the group was left here.
Yeah.
We never checked out where they were left. We just showed up and said, oh shit, there's like a whole bunch of people around, and like, they got hurt. There's some things that happened. Obviously our group was involved. We'll follow where there appeared to be somebody leaving.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adrian, Parm would say, like, I swear I left them right here. There's like cars and burning people, like stabs, like
Yeah.
they were right here.
Yeah, the car that's crashed into the side of the house blows up again.
As if to
Parm
emphasize the
doesn't
point.
Yeah.
Sorry, Toby.
No, you're fine.
Where you left them is not where they are. If they survived, they went down this way. And as a sneaky DM question, because you know what talents that I have.
I don't remember all of them.
You know the one that Parm and I share.
Okay.
One of the
you
ones.
can't show up at the same place because they're miles away.
No, I
Okay.
didn't want to show up at the same place.
Okay.
Could, if Parm is agreeable, Adrian and Parm maybe show up at a truck stop or something of similar nature that the escapee truck stopped by before it went off into the garage, you know. So
I
we can
see
get a
what
little
you're-
bit closer and know where, like, you know, the truck left
Oh.
over there.
Can I
That
add to this?
I will say before you add to it.
Uh-huh.
You're in the middle of a city, so truck stops are not really going to be that prevalent. And also, since they've already stopped, in the timeline, there wouldn't have been time for you to do this.
Is there any reason why we can't just grab a taxi and be like, follow these tracks? And then just...
Well, there's
Yeah,
not going to be skid marks after the truck
If-
left, right?
That literally would have been my answer, you know.
So, damn. I'm trying to create a situation where maybe we both could use our dramatic entrance if it were feasible. Because then that's 2 story points down.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult because I think I told you this while we were talking 1-to-1. It has to make sense with space and time. So that's the part right now that is going to be the difficult part.
Okay, so could we do something like, I'll spend my deep pockets once per session, so I can't do it anymore, to pull out a remote where I had placed a tracker or a bug on Fidget, since Adrian has mentioned that she is the priority target for him, and then using that exploit some way to be like, follow this signal, turn right here, you know, type deal.
That is feasible, but I'm not gonna make this using your deep pockets.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be a 4 difficulty persuasion check.
Alright.
Because the time that you would
Persuading.
have been able to plant this is in chapter 0, in the prison.
Adrian, alternatively, could just burn a story point.
I could, because, and here's the difficulty that I'll pass to Zola. We have changed outfits for the tracker. So if I had applied a tracker in prison, it would not be present post outfit change unless it was on or inside the person, right?
Right. That's why the outcome is it would have had to happen in prison.
Okay. Sure.
There isn't really any other time you could have done it.
So you want to do persuasion?
It's going to be quite difficult.
Is that a skill or is that coercion?
Sorry, that's going to be charm.
Charm.
Coercion
There
would
we
be
go.
using force to do this. You're trying to be sneaky about it.
Alright, 4 difficulty charm. And is this a skill that a story point could add a yellow die to?
Yeah, if you want to use one of your story points.
Sure, I'll use a story point to add a yellow die to this if that's
Great.
okay.
Do it.
Great.
Any other power creep that you have?
None that I can think of. And I'm only
Okay.
asking for power creep because I've got 0 rank in charm and I got 1 green die. Like, let me tell you, buddy.
This is like the game to use power creep at every possible time that you can.
Yeah,
What's the
This is
power
the game
creep?
to do it.
trying to figure out how we can be better and how we can make Zola suffer as we just do things.
Oh, that's always the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goal of the players is to make the DM suffer, right?
Yeah.
Truly.
Okay. Can I persuade you to give me anything else as a boost to charm? Could I say that because Adrian and Fidget shared work duties, cleaning the stalls, or that Adrian called in a giant favor with Mr. Patel and had Adrian secreted, or had Fidget secreted away, that in that encounter perhaps she was given some company property that Adrian would have a,
That-
pair tag on.
That's actually the situation where I'm considering this coming from.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's where this is coming from, a 4 instead of a 5. Because if it would be a 5 if you had done it yourself.
Gotcha. Yeah, so
'Cause
we're
she's
looking at
like
that.
right next to you. Like there would have been almost no opening to place something on her without her knowing, right? So it's quite difficult.
Or actually,
Mm-hmm.
we were looking at the concealment of the hoof knife and the farrier's nails. So while we were concealing that upon Fidget's person, could we have slipped in a little sneaky tracker or two?
Jesus Christ.
Because Fidget did mention, I believe, that you still have the hoof knife on you, right?
I have the hoof knife. I have the leather strap, and I've got. I think I still have the nails too.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this, and I want you to be as honest as possible. Would Fidget have had Adrian help her strap those to her person?
No, because
Yeah.
she was putting it directly into her bra.
That's what I figured.
Gotcha. Okay, I tried. I tried to get better than a 4 odds, but we will roll, and the dice will be in our favor or not.
I believe in you. Don't fuck this up.
I'm pretty sure she actually asked him to step away and turn around while she was doing it too.
I believe you did.
I think that
Adrian
is
did.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
Fidget, you're unconscious. I need you to look up a stat on your character sheet for me, please.
Okay, what am I looking at?
I need you to look up vigilance.
Rank 2.
Rank 2. Okay. Fidget, at some point, we're going back on the track here, right? At some point, when you were changing into your own clothes, you noticed that there was some kind of mechanism that got mixed in, along with all of your other goodies. So, there was definitely something that didn't track, but you figured this was something that could eventually either be hacked or be put to use, so you decided to keep this on you.
Okay.
So you have a tracker.
have a tracker.
Um,
But would I have known it was a tracker?
yes.
Printed on the outside is, tracker, copyright, Siegfried Corporation.
My main thing was if she knew she had a tracker on her, I think she would have been tinkering with that instead of the extendable rod.
Would you, if you knew it was from the corporation that Adrian worked for? And Adrian
I didn't know what. I don't believe you ever told me what corporation you worked for.
I don't think you told anyone. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think that Adrian did, but I do believe that we had enough people that were like the third party. Not Ellen Forrest, the agent that was the female agent in charge of the situation, but the various people that spoke to Fidget, or Parm, Quincy, and Dorian. They were like, if you have any questions, ask Adrian. He's a guy kind of running the show, right? When we were in the warehouse originally.
Just for a refresher, which CFO was Fidget initially accused of killing? Which corporation?
Oh man, I gotta go into my deep notes.
You were accused of killing a Siegfried CFO.
Yeah.
It's in my notes.
It's in mine too.
Okay, great. So I don't have to open this Word doc. Great, thanks.
Because
No
I took
problem.
note of that. I was like, ooh, I want to kill my corporate officers. You did one already? You're a friend.
Okay, so this tracker was from which corporation?
Siegfried.
Same one. Yeah.
Yeah. If she knew it was from Siegfried, she probably, I think she'd dismantle it, honestly.
You'd have smashed the bug.
Yeah, like if she knew it was a tracker and she knew it was from Siegfried, she'd not necessarily smash it, but she would dismantle it so it was non-functioning.
I think this the kind of situation that would have occurred here, right? Because
That sounds
ultimately
right,
we
yeah.
want to get to a point that you still have the tracker that Adrian succeeded on, right? I think
Yeah.
what ends up happening is you probably would have noted that tracker, and in your tinkering with the pipes, had pulled it out so you could dismantle it in private. But we do also know that Adrian would have checked in on you multiple times that night, so he probably would have maybe in private told you that was his, or glanced at it as it just became noticeable on the table, right? So
Is
So
there
the
like
thing-
a sleight of hand where I would have been able to, a skullduggery check? That sounds like it. Would I have skullduggery seeing Fidget pull that one apart, slipped a second one onto her?
The old double tracker.
Well, because nobody expects the second one. If I find the
Nobody does.
one tracker, then I won't look for a second one.
Oh, man.
I'm having a
I'll
lot
take
of fun with this.
I'll take that roll. I can fail and get more stress. By the way, I got 3 threat on that one, Zola.
Oh,
yeah,
You want to spin that or?
the threat is that Fidget knows, right? So Fidget
Okay.
knowing that you put the tracker on her is the open information here, and the success is that you did successfully put a tracker on her. So right now it's up to her whether or not the conversation you had at the apartment succeeds in you not dismantling the tracker, or if she dismantles it anyway.
I don't think Adrian would have told her that he placed it is the problem.
Okay, then that thing
So-
is definitely donezo.
So
I tried my
My-
best.
my question here is, can we say if Adrian does like a 2 difficulty or a 2 harm, whatever the down dice is, skullduggery check, because Fidget's aware there's a tracker already placed on her. If while she was dismantling the first one, Adrian was somehow able to slip a second one on her, because nobody ever expects the second tracker.
No one does.
Nobody does.
That
Oh, you
sucks
got real close.
for Fidget. That sucks for Fidget. Okay. Fidget, you said you had 2 ranks in
Mhm.
vigilance?
Yep.
And what is your willpower score?
My will is 2.
Okay.
Okay. And for those of us that are trying to learn the game mechanics, if we were to have 15 XP and a non-career skill, it is 10 to get our first rank, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I will spend 10 XP currently to get 1 level in skullduggery, just to improve my skill by maybe a die.
Okay. So because she has 2 willpower. This is going to be a 2 difficulty. Because
I
she
also
has
have a 2 perception, if they're ever interchanging.
Vigilance is more the stat that's appropriate here. Because she has 2 ranks in vigilance, this is going to be 2 setbacks for you.
Okay. Would it be 3 setbacks because she's wary of it and she has found 1 tracker already?
You said no one expects it.
Yeah, like you said, no one expects a second tracker. So,
Look,
you
I'm
are
not
considered
trying
not
to make it
enemy
worse.
in that moment, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't know you're affiliated with Siegfried still. The only association is that like she could possibly connect the dots between like you calling in the favor and those being like the prison being a Siegfried facility, but that's a far reach.
So, do you just want me to roll for my Streetwise check?
Yep.
Or not Streetwise, sorry. Not Streetwise. Skullduggery.
Oh,
I didn't roll anything. Can you post roll before the DM asks? Because it's like D&D where you can be like before the DM tells you the result, you can spend a luck point to re-roll it. Can I?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried. I will let you narrate.
There is you try to posit another tracker onto Fidget, but there is just no stealthy way to do this. Like you're in a confined space. She's like set up at a table. There's no space like on her back that you could just like slip this onto. It would have to be discreet. She doesn't carry like she's not carrying a bag, right? There's like no real discreet way to do this without her notice.
Okay, so let's pass that to Fidget then. And let's say that Adrian very clumsily does like a Cold War spy handoff shake and slips her another tracker while she's dismantling the first one. Yeah, like in the open, so that Fidget knows that Adrian is trying to give her another tracker because she broke the first one.
that's interesting. Like, trust me.
They correct
Maybe.
me, but like again, she sees Siegfried on it and she's freaked out by that.
What if
Yeah.
you scratch out the Siegfried?
But you see that Adrian is giving you a Siegfried. And I will mention that Adrian did take note because you mentioned to us that I like supposedly killed this like Siegfried Corpo, and Adrian went, oh really now, in the prison.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. Like, especially knowing that she's going to one of the mob's safe houses, or at least that was the initial plan. I don't know if she'd still take it, because it would be exposing the rest of the mob and potentially her family.
Fair
So I don't think she'd. I think she'd hand it back to you and say, "I can't take this."
There it is. That's the final
Okay.
decision.
That's how it rolls, yeah.
That's how it rolls.
But
So no, you don't have a tracker.
you
Sorry.
but you do know that Adrian did want to track you and keep apprised of your location.
Parm could maybe put a hand on your shoulder, Adrian, very solemnly, and be like, you know, I can always call Slinky Dink.
Oh god, no.
More eyes can be more useful.
Then bring in old
Oh.
Slinky Dink.
Wait, I forgot, we can't use our phones yet, huh? Our pads. Shit.
Adrian
You just
hands
buy-
you one of the disposable ones. Like Adrian's walking around with a duffel bag that just has like 5 coveralls, like generic, like, you know, just here's a full body set of clothing and like burner cells. Like these are like the Walmart level, you know, Mint Mobile. I just bought this at the cash register and I can talk for like an hour on them.
I
Sell
also
them.
I also do imagine that Parm would eventually want to get to like a laundromat or something, because even though you're like rinsed off,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
still dirty.
the same. Yeah, it's not the same as clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need to take like a toothbrush to that mask or something. Like,
I'll use Dorian's toothbrush.
Well,
So-
I don't.
Dunk it in a bucket of bleach.
if anything, the mask is the only thing that's clean, because his head never went under. This
Yeah,
entire
he
scene
He,
is the only thing.
Parm didn't fail on that.
Yeah.
So maybe we cut to like a scene of Parm and Adrian in a laundromat because Parm's like, I gotta wash my clothes, and
And then I'll call Slinky Dink.
yeah, okay, let's
Okay.
do that.
So, like, the goal is that we're needing a ride, right? To where these people were taken.
Well, we don't know where they are.
Right.
We're looking to ask your gang if they saw like a semi truck barrel off in a direction. So like if they could tell us that, oh yeah, that semi truck took like exit 15, then we know that they're going to like the east city. Versus if they took exit 12, they're going to the west city. Because we don't have any idea of where they went past like,
Couple streets down.
a couple of streets of skid marks and crashed cars as the semi truck just plowed through everything.
So it is worth noting this is a minor favor. Do we think that this would still be like a lesser favor?
It depends on what you're asking for. In general, I'm saying no, but like whatever you think. I mean, I'm not opposed to asking for larger favors.
I mean, did you see something? Seems minor, right? Did you see a truck go down this way?
I'd probably
But
be
you also-
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also don't know that that's the same truck that took the party, right? That could be any
We
truck.
don't. We're gambling on it.
Right.
All right. Well, here's my thought. So, like, if there were gang members attacking the group, I assume after whatever money that they're worth, or even if they're not after them to capture, it's like they'd be out to kill. Maybe other gangs know about this. It's like, oh, these guys are moving in this alley because they cornered a fucking group of people. I don't know. It's a long shot.
Yeah.
So we got the
like,
W3 versus the Parm gang, and I'm trying to see, did anybody else take a note of that?
Well, the Parm gang is, as far as I know, they're scattered because we haven't seen any since we escaped.
Yeah. Just for reference for you guys, a small favor would be like if you needed a ride somewhere, that would be a small favor.
Mhm.
But if you need information on like a location, that would now be the next level up.
Okay.
So like if you're borrowing tools or like like helping someone out for a weekend, like moving, those are considered like small favors.
So if you have like a small favor, but you're
Mhm.
asking for a medium,
Mhm.
do the costs of a medium favor get reduced to a small favor? Because like 2 smalls is a medium and 2 mediums is a large.
Sorry, this sounds like fast food.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this
Like-
sounds
like-
like
fries.
Midway
Yeah.
games.
But does
You-
that make sense? Like if I've got a cashed small favor, but I'm asking a medium, does the small favor reduce the cost down the line of the medium?
Not
Oh.
really. You'd have to cash in like a good number of small favors to equal a regular favor. Because like a regular favor is something like you jump in and join someone when they're in a fight, or like you
Okay.
loan them $1,000, or like it's something meaningful. It's not anything that you could just skip over.
So, sorry, because we're still learning the rules here. So
Yeah,
if we were to look at this, we could say like something like, if Parm were to call in a medium favor, the small favor thing that Parm has, it would be like, okay, yes, you can do that, but there's gonna be like 5 episodes where your gang is still regrouping from this massacre, and you cannot call on them for anything, and your small favor is basically non-functional for like 5 episodes or whatever.
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, it's not my gang, Parm. You do you, but ideas?
Listen, there's something you need to know about me and the Dinkster. We were romantically involved.
Oh my god.
I can't
Oh,
just
Lord.
call on him for anything. I won't be a laughing stock again.
People should laugh with your jokes, not at them.
I know, right? Oh,
Wait, what?
over the tape. Huh?
Shouldn't people laugh at your jokes?
Well,
Not
like,
at you?
with your jokes instead of at. I don't know. I think Parm
Wait.
got the spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got so
can't-
confused there.
So,
I can't claim Adrian knew what he was talking about there, but yeah, it was laugh with it, not at him.
I guess we're not using the Dinkster for now. I'm not sure what I would ask them, to be honest. I think maybe we're thinking about this too hard. We have 5 story points.
5, 4.
Or
4, yeah.
excuse me, I'd like to use an incidental to have 5.
Okay. You do have the priority right now, so you can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like
You're
I
welcome.
said, 5 story points.
As Parm breaks the fourth wall.
You want to see what God can do?
That is explicitly their ability. That's what their God-given right is. They break the fourth
Oh,
wall.
shit.
That's what they
Parm
do.
does have a bit of the Deadpool energy, yeah.
I appreciate that. That's fun.
Not quite as
Immortal.
fourth wall breaky or immortal,
yeah.
yeah.
Or immortal. Yeah, or fourth wall. Yeah.
Not quite as heavy as of tacos, but still
Yeah.
fourth wall breaking.
Chimichangas, not tacos, chimichangas.
Wow.
No, I have a Deadpool shirt that says tacos.
Where did you buy this shirt?
I got it from
That's
Loot Crate.
wrong.
Oh,
Okay, that's it.
But it says tacos and not chimichangas, okay? So I can say that.
This is
Sure.
fair.
Fair.
It's on a shirt.
So maybe we should just burn a story point and think about how we want to do this. It's just making up a scenario that we want to happen that makes sense.
So okay,
Yeah.
here's the rub, right? What are both of your intellect scores?
Intellect scores. You're asking if I'm smart.
No.
I have 2.
Okay. That's
My
average.
mama would say 5,
Jeez.
but I would say 2.
That's average. Okay. So both of you guys understand, like, you're separated. You guys could be miles apart from each other at this point. There is no telling, like, who, what, where everyone is. What you guys do understand that, like, if you're going somewhere aimlessly, it's probably not going to help your situation. So it boils down to, are the two of you going to try and find them, or are you going to make it easier for them to find you?
Oh.
Because both scenarios, one group is searching and while the other is probably giving some kind of signal, right? So it depends on how you guys are going about this. Like, if you caused a scene, right? If you
Uh-huh.
created an explosion in the city, very public, news would probably be on it. Probably a really easy way to give a signal that says, hey, we're over here somewhere, right?
Oh.
Okay,
Hmm.
so could we, right? They know what your face looks like, so we could mark your
And
paper mask face on something, and then, like, I do have some credits because I, like, mugged the dude. Could we?
You did more than that.
I did more than that. But, you know. Could we find like a? Could we do like the old movies where we find like a motel hotel to shore up at, and somehow leave like the Parm mask faces around so that they would be able to know that it's us and either the Parm gang or the other people, once they've gotten on their feet, would be able to, like, oh yeah, the Parm gang's gathering here. Of course, that's where Parm will be, and if Parm's there, Parm might know how to find Adrian.
Yeah, allies.
Yeah.
Freaky little allies.
Freaky little allies.
So, would we be using that explosion diversion, or was that just a theoretical?
That was just a theoretical thing.
Thank God it was too.
Okay, I mean, I
Jesus
have
Christ.
already made a bomb threat, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
You did, and it like went under the radar because like the one guy like just went, "What?"
He just fucking went to the other side of the street. And
I
Bomb?
don't
What the
fuck
fuck?
around
No.
and find out.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He just put it on slow motion, like, oh, I'm gonna put my phone on slow motion. That way, if he explodes, then catch the giblets and high def and post it on whatever social media he's using at the time.
But yeah, that is basically the scenario you guys are in, right? Because neither of you know where each other are. You don't know that they know where you are also. So it comes to a situation that becomes who is going to look for who and who is going to leave signs, right? It sounds like you guys want to leave the Parm mask signs in places so that, your other party can pick up on the trail and try to find you guys, right? There's more of them, so it kind of makes sense.
Mhm.
Is the Parm mask what you guys want to land on, or do you guys want something different? Because the Parm mask could also be cultists, right?
It could,
So,
but that wouldn't be a bad thing either if the cult just gathers at whatever motel we're at. Then we'd have friends.
it's true.
Cult party at the Holiday Inn.
Cold
Yeah.
party at the Holiday Inn. So I have an idea. So no, it's not an idea. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. It's not a genuine idea.
Give us the joke. Give us the
So-
joke. It might work.
Here's what I'm thinking. We go and we find some joint that's running Broadway plays. And then we sneak in, climb up, change into outfits, and then crash the play. And then while we do so, we set fire to the joint. And then the whole theater burns down. And then we tell them to look for us in the ashes. And then we're sitting there all cool on the ruins of the theater.
We could go one further.
Oh, Jesus
If
Christ.
we
Uh-huh.
were to hijack a local news media outlet that is constantly playing, it's a possibility that we could leave a coded message of where they could find us and hope that the code is easy for them to crack and not the police.
I like this idea. Why don't we take it
Jesus
a step
Christ.
further? Why don't we neutralize? We don't have to kill. We could neutralize everyone in the building and just run our own broadcast.
Jesus Christ.
That's an option, but I do believe we would need additional individuals. If you have your associates, shall we call them, on the call and would like to bring them in. Maybe for a story point if the DM allows it.
I mean, that sounds like a minor favor to me.
Oh my God, what the fuck is happening?
Can
Are
we
you guys-
well, that's V for Vendetta, right? That's the when they hijack the news broadcast and they do their thing. Can we just? What is that, Zola?
I'm just trying to be an insane person. Don't let me get us killed.
What?
You're being an insane person to us, like a sociopath.
Adrian and Parm should not be together. They're
Yeah, very how well they mesh. I hate it. It's scary.
I'm glad it's finally unlocked for everyone to see it, because this has been like two peanuts in the shell, just waiting for
man.
each other.
This is the best ship.
What exactly are you asking this guy to do?
Okay,
Would
so-
a small favor be like a gang of them joining us to hijack a news
Well,
station?
That's
I
a
was
big
thinking-
favor.
I was thinking if we just need an extra pair of hands.
Oh, okay. It could be, or hey, we could just peacefully. They could just be like the guys at like Good Morning America that hold up the sign behind, Al Broker, right?
So-
It doesn't have to be the whole newscast. It could just be like a group of people like holding up the signs, like, "Yo, it's us." Maybe not the sign saying 43rd and Main, wherever the hell we're at, but
Okay.
just saying like follow the mask or something.
Small favor, you get someone to take you there. Medium favor, normal favor, regular favor, a guy helps you out in your plan. Big favor, a group helps you out with your plan.
Okay.
It's a very simple way of putting it. I appreciate that.
I like that. Yeah.
But if you use Parm's gang, they're just helping out their boss or their god or whatever, so maybe not so
Their
big of a
messiah.
favor.
He's the Messiah. Parm isn't the god.
He's the messiah.
Wow.
The prophet.
He will ascend to godhood at some point, you know it.
I think I could, but like the issue is that I've lost contact with them. I guess I don't have contact with any of them after the.
Okay,
Escape
so
to the
could we use a small favor to reestablish contact with them, and then maybe through a series of coercion and like
God.
leadership roles, right? Because you're leading a gang, maybe get them to follow us. Would that be something, Zola, you think that would be allowable outside of a favor call? Like if we just call like one dude up?
I'm actually not a part of the triad. I was a part of the triad. So like,
Okay.
I don't have my cult and I don't have a gang.
Also, calling the triad would be not
Yeah.
great
Bad?
for anyone.
No, but like a small favor might be that Slimothy James
Slimothy
has given you his pad number, and so you could ring him up and maybe do like a leadership role to have him convince like 5 other dudes to show up outside of a morning talk show with signs that say follow the mask, and then we paint those on other places.
Golly. I'm just really nervous to leverage any sort of triad connection that I have, because it's not a great connection.
But that's not triad, or is Slimothy
That's-
triad? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, wait. Did I? I don't think... Was Slimothy James me? I thought it was... I was...
Sorry.
Slambo.
Slambo is Slimothy James. Sorry.
Yeah.
Slambo. Okay, I mean, I don't have his number. I met the guy, and, like, he disappeared after the attack.
But is that leveraging a small flavor that he somehow got your number from, like,
But I don't have a number,
somebody?
though. I'm not trying
they-
to shoot you down.
sorry,
I'm just...
that you know his number. Like, maybe
Oh.
he was, like, a raving fan that, like, just, like, told you his number, and somehow Parm, like, I know that number because somebody screamed it at me in my face.
But like, if you ever need anything, here's my number. Maybe he was like that.
Yeah.
I'm your
So
biggest
maybe the pockets trick, you just pull out like a little black book of Parm's contacts and go, oh yes, this is Slamson's phone number. I kept it just in case. He was supposed to have meatloaf with me on a Friday, but I decided I prefer meatloaf on a Tuesday. I don't know.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like... It's really funny to me.
I
Shit.
try to be humorous. It helps people enjoy it.
Shit. I'm at a loss, to be honest.
Like, Zola, does that sound feasible to if we use an expenditure, right? Because we're trying not power gaming, but if we're trying to mechanically make this happen, if we were to use deep pockets to pull out like a little address book, a hard-coded non-digital format, because Parm would maybe have something from when he went into prison, like a little address book that he'd have, like, oh, this is this guy's cell phone number.
You know it's like the inside of a matchbook.
Yeah, it's like a matchbook. It's like a drink coaster from the last bar he was at or something. The guy like wrote his
There's
number
only-
on, like, call me if you never need me. Here I am, boss.
it's really incredible how many other things were mentioned before business card.
Business card seems too formal. I don't think that Parm's group operates that way.
No, probably have a deck of cards or something with like information scribbled on it in black Sharpie.
Could we do like a cool like draw 1 out of 52? You do like your tarot shuffle, and if it's the right one, you draw the card of, the Knight Gallant, and that's your savior.
Tarot's not my shtick. That was Crystal. We should have asked her to do a fate-altering roll when she was there.
I believe
Unfortunate.
she left before the suits showed up and the fire alarm sounded.
Glad she did. For their sake.
Jesus.
She is a fierce warrior.
Warrior.
Okay, so a lot of stuff just happened, but I don't know what you guys want to do.
I know, I don't know either. I
have no
spent
idea.
5 story points to find them.
Oh my
So-
god.
I think
Oh, holy shit.
at least above table, my idea was
Yeah.
deep
Hijack a news
pockets
station.
was deep pockets to
Uh-huh.
have a business card, which is the formal way of saying it, but
Yeah, calling
I
card,
think
whatever.
Arm, would be, drink coaster, whatever. If we do that, we'd have a number to call. Then if we have a number to call, the small favor would be getting that guy on our plan, right? And then if he's on our plan, then with a leadership role, convincing him that our plan involves other people and seeing if we can get him to bring other people with us to like a morning talk show in order to surreptitiously spread the message that we are at a location, and then for the party to find us, because I think we've realized that Parm and Adrian cannot find the party and that they will have to come to us.
Need to just cause a big enough sting. I think that's the core of this.
I mean, I can just start killing people until the cops show
Oh
up.
my god, please no.
Please, Adrian, I've left those days behind me.
Adrian
But-
is holding like a small box with a bunch of fingers in it.
Up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
And,
what
and
you got there, fella?
And also, Adrian has a bullpup rifle just on a sling around his body. Like,
Yeah, but that's not a problem.
that's fine. The box of fingers is another story. I mean, Yeah.
That's some shit.
Dude,
There-
Cyberpunk
yeah, there's a
people just
lot
walking around
going-
with whole ass katanas.
that's fine. A
Yeah.
box full of fingers, that's another story. And like 20, specifically, I got both pinkies, so that's 20 fingers. I got
So you just
a
need
box
to
of
eat
fingers.
all of those, and then you're invincible.
This is not Elden Ring.
Ooh.
This is an Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Domain expansion.
So Zola, how many story points to eat the fingers? No, just kidding.
Zola,
I want you
how
to
many
become a
fingers do
demon
you?
lord.
Yeah, exactly. How many fingers do I have to eat? How many story points do I have to burn to become the demon lord?
How many fingers does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop?
1, a 2, 3.
Ooh.
I mean, that's an idea for a spectacle. If there's just a dude eating people's pinkies on a street corner, it
Oh my
might get some media
Jesus.
attention. We might get there, the group might find us then.
Okay,
Oh.
how about we find a news crew, and we just like calmly take the mic from the reporter, and we be like, "Fidget, we're looking for you."
Okay. First of all, you want Adrian to do anything calmly. You don't imagine if he's taking the mic from news crew, he's not just like Vulcan pinching them into unconsciousness or just punching their head off and just stealing the mic.
Punches through their skull and grabs the mic.
Like- Okay, so I am totally down for a murder spree, but I had that
Okay.
planned for like Parm Part 2.
Oh.
I'm just saying, Adrian has zero chill. It's about accomplishing the goal. So So
Right.
if they know where, but the problem is, the bigger the stink we cause, that they know where we're at, other people will know where we're at as well. So we have to somehow give it in a coded sense where the group can find us, but we don't just murder the news crew and then have like the SWAT team show up outside of our motel that we rented.
Hmm. I feel like we talked about a lot of ideas.
And
We
there's
did.
no solid one.
There's none.
I
We're seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
you know
You
what?
guys- Did you guys want a moment to think it over?
Yes, please.
Okay. The two of you are deliberating in some kind of parking lot somewhere. Just talking it over. Continuing to
It's
say
us-
over each other. That
Yeah,
sounds good,
outside of
but we could
opinion.
escalate and then just keeps going to the next one and the next one and the next one. We're gonna go and